Hey there everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to talk about meal and menu planning and how it can absolutely transform your life. Welcome to the channel. My name is Jen. As I've mentioned already, today we're going to be talking about something very exciting, menu and meal planning. I actually had this requested by a friend who really wanted to know more about it. That's why I'm making this video, and I really hope it helps some of you out as well. This is kind of a follow-up to my budgeting video on how to save a ton of money on food. I will link that so you can go ahead and watch it if you'd like. And one of the most important ways we can save on food is actually by meal planning. And I'm gonna show you how. So the very first thing that I do before I get out the flyers to see what's on sale, before I do anything else, before I go to the store obviously, is I actually get out my calendar. I need to look at my calendar before I do any sort of meal planning because I need to be able to see what's going on each day that week. So I plan my meals 7 days in advance. So for a week, before I go grocery shopping for the week, I will plan the next week's worth of food. So I need to look at the calendar and I need to see, do my kids have sports going on over the supper hour? Do I have some major plans one day where I'm away from home and I can't do anything home cooked, so I need something quick for the crock pot? Do we have a family gathering? Do we have a potluck we're going to that I'm supposed to bring a certain item along to? Once I have checked it and I have my calendar out, I actually write my meals directly onto my calendar on each day so I can see what's going on that day for activities and what we're eating. You might want to do this on your phone. For some reason, I really like the old-fashioned pencil and paper route, maybe just because I feel like I can see things at a glance better than scrolling through my phone, but that's how I do it. You feel free to do it however you want. Once I've checked my calendar to see what's going on that week, the next thing I do, again, before I pick up any flyers or do any sort of meal planning, is I check my fridge, my freezer, and my cupboards. So there's certain things that everybody knows you always need to have in stock when you have a family. So that might be things like milk, bread, potatoes, mayonnaise, peanut butter. So I check to see what I have in stock, because who of you have gone to the store and stocked up on something not realizing that you still had 3 containers of mustard at home? You didn't really need one more. So it really just saves a lot of money, time, and energy just to do a quick 5-minute check of what we're actually out of. I do have a list that is also in the back of my day planner that the kids or Andrew or myself can add things to the grocery list when we notice we're out of something. So it just keeps it organized. It's all in one thing right there. So after I've done this, then I get out my flyers, then I get out my coupons. Now, if you are not a flyer person or a coupon person, that is totally fine. As I said, I already made a video that shows that you don't have to coupon or go through flyers to save a lot of money on food. So if you don't want to check out what's for sale at whatever store, that's fine. Just skip that step. So next I get down to my actual meal planning. So what you need to know is around our house, for breakfast, lunch, and supper, I do it differently. So for breakfast, we just have certain breakfast foods on hand, and I kind of do a rotation. So the older kids and Andrew make their own breakfast, and then I cook breakfast for the younger kids. So our rotation is usually I do like eggs and toast one day, bagels one day, cereal one day, maybe toast with peanut butter another day. And the weekend, Andrew cooks breakfast. The kids always get a treat like pancakes or homemade waffles. So all I really need to do is make sure that I have those essentials on hand, that I have a couple dozen eggs, that I've got bread, that I've got cereal and milk. For lunches also, we just try to have the supplies on hand. So I don't do a detailed, like this is what the kids are having for lunch on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Why? Because the older kids actually make their own lunches. More to come on that in another video. And for the younger kids, again, we kind of do a rotation like breakfast. So we might do cheese and crackers one day, meat with wraps another day, egg sandwich another day. They always have pizza day at school, so one of the days we don't have to pack much lunch. And then I just have all our sides available fresh fruit, fresh veggies, and baking that I've done that's in the freezer for them. So for lunches and for breakfast, for that fresh fruit that's on the side or fresh veggies, I really just go by what's on sale in the store that week. And that's what I stock up on. And I kind of know what amounts we need to get through a week for those. And then for supper time, I do a detailed menu plan. The reason I do this is because we all know how crazy busy it gets, especially with kids or if you're working or anything like that. And it's just such a relief to me to have at least all my suppers planned in advance. I don't even have to think about it. I just go to my book and say, what are we having for supper tonight? And it's right there. For example, today I knew that I'd be doing a lot of filming for my YouTube channel, so I just opened up my book this morning and I saw that I had tacos written down, so all I needed to do was get the ground beef out of the freezer, and I know I have everything else on hand and I'll be good to go to make that supper later. So for supper meals, there's 7 nights in a week, so I plan those 7 meals out. What I firmly believe in is that variety really is the spice of life. My kids are not picky eaters at all. Anybody who knows me knows this. It's kind of almost a joke how much my kids will eat and that they'll eat anything. They're not unhealthy kids, they're not overweight kids by any means, but they really will eat anything. And I honestly attribute that to having a really big variety in meals we serve at home. So what we do is I usually have a night of the week that I serve beef, one that's chicken, one that's fish, one night is turkey, one night would be probably meatless, one night would be pork, and I also have one night a week that is reserved for leftovers. There's always leftovers in the fridge and we need to clean that out. So once a week, we just heat up the leftovers from all the other meals that week. It's a money saver and it also helps to keep our fridge neat and tidy. I don't know about you, but I feel like there's always something in the news about how chicken's bad for you because of the hormones, beef is bad for you, fish, there's mercury in that, eggs are bad, cheese is bad. So you know what? I feel like by doing variety and we do all the different meats, we do some meatless, we do some fish, then I feel like I've covered my bases in a way that we're not excessively overeating one product or another. So I hope that maybe we're safe in a way from some of the side effects if there is something harmful in one of them. And so I have a master list of meal ideas from each category: chicken, beef, turkey, pork, meatless, and I just kind of rotate around those meals. So for example, under my beef category, I probably have 10 or 15 ideas of what I can do. Maybe pot roast with potatoes and carrots and coleslaw, maybe tacos like I'm doing tonight, or spaghetti. There's so many different things you can do with beef, sloppy joes, meatloaf. Chicken, same thing. I might have my chicken broccoli biscuit bake, which my kids love. I might do a full-on chicken dinner with a big chicken and mashed potatoes and stuffing and veggies. I might do fried chicken. I might do cold chicken salad and pitas. So under each category of meat, I have lots of choices that I've already thought up and that I know my kids love that I can just pop into the rotation. I also try to rotate what vegetables we have. So I make sure that we don't have salad every night of the week. Maybe we'll have garden salad one night. Maybe we'll have steamed broccoli the next night. Maybe the next night we'll have coleslaw. And then the next night we have cooked carrots or roasted beets. And then the next night I might have a fresh broccoli salad. And then the next night, I don't know, maybe I have peas. And then the next night I'd have Caesar salad. So I'd kind of rotate my side vegetable dish. I think it's really important that you always have vegetables as part of supper time and lunchtime for your kids. It's really good for them. And I do the same thing with grains. So I don't want to get in the habit that we're having pasta 3 nights a week or anything like that. So one night we'll maybe have potatoes as our starch. One night it'll be pasta, one night it'll be rice, one might be bread like garlic bread or wraps or something, maybe couscous another night, maybe something corn-based another night, so that we're getting a well-rounded version of starches as well. And then something else my kids love is we kind of rotate popping in different cultures. So one night, like tonight, maybe we're doing Mexican, or we'll do Italian, or we'll do Greek food another night, or Asian food another night. And with some of my children in my home, we like to incorporate indigenous foods. So we might have bannock or we might have tortillere. I have some Russian background in my family history, so pierogies and sauerkraut or coleslaw is also a really popular one around here. And then I think by rotating those different cultures throughout your weekly meal plan, you're also helping the whole family to develop a well-rounded taste, so that when they go to somebody else's house for a meal that maybe is a different background from them, they're not going to make a face or spit it out or be rude about it. They're just going to eat it and enjoy it because they're used to doing things like that. So once I have my meal plan in place, that's when I go to my master list and I make a list of all the ingredients I need for those meals. And that's what I buy when I go grocery shopping. So I usually make my menu plan the night before I go grocery shopping. The next day I do my shop with those items. Something that is maybe a little bit different at our home is that our kids actually, I don't usually have snacks for them. Hopefully this doesn't make me seem like too strict of a parent, but I do find that kids who snack in general don't eat much at meals. And I want my kids to have the good meat, fruits and vegetables, and the things that I serve at mealtime and not be sitting there picking away at it because they were snacking on crackers or cookies an hour before supper. So we actually don't eat snacks except for probably special occasions. Then we might be getting some snacky foods out at Christmas time or Easter, that type of thing. But we just have our 3 meals a day, and that seems to give the kids lots of appetite for the hearty foods that I make. And it also saves money because snacky foods are expensive. And that's pretty much it, you guys. That's how I meal plan. I'd love to know how you meal plan, or if you do it all, or if you don't, if you just fly by the seat of your pants every night. Leave a comment below on how it goes in your home. I hope this has given you some ideas that you can incorporate into your own life, just honestly to make things less stressful for you. When I started doing this probably about a decade ago, I really noticed a decrease in my stress levels because I wasn't thinking all day, what am I gonna make for supper? When I got home, I wasn't hungry, hangry, frustrated, trying to get something on the table. I knew exactly what I was doing. I just had to check the calendar and make it. My menu plan was already accommodating for the fact that I might be running kids here, there, and everywhere. So I might have a simple meal like soup in the crock pot. And really anything you can do to make your life less stressful and more peaceful is pretty awesome in my book. Have a wonderful day, you guys. I hope you'll keep coming back and watching my videos. Until next time, for the least, this is Jen. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.